Hello, folks, and welcome to the Prodigy Presents Lake Marshall Open. This is a PDGA A-tier presented by Prodigy Golf Discs. Lions' core sponsor is Knowledge Management, Inc., and this coverage is created by HyzerMedia. Thank you for joining us here on HyzerMedia's page for the back nine. My name is Nick Hanson. Alongside me is Dan Brooks. Well, Dan, how you doing today?
Fantastic. We saw some tough golf in the front nine. If you didn't see that, go over to Gatekeeper and check that out. We got Owen McCall, Andrew Fish, Lucas Oberholtzer Hess, and Matt Hammersten.
Yeah, this is an extremely tight course, and looking at this leaderboard with Justin Rozak putting down a 7 down, that's pretty impressive from the golf we've seen so far, with our card right around that even to 1 down mark.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 7 is a scorching round, and but we're going to go to hole 10. This is a property favorite here. This is a par 4, 839 feet. This is way downhill in the first shot. When you get to a little turn, that's the drop, that's the landing zone, and then you are throwing somewhat of a putter or mid up into the tee if you can get all the way down the hill. There's OB left and there is OB long to worry about.
As we have Owen up first here, putting in a good move on that, making it left to right, moving discs. He's going to fade down that hill a little early, though.
Yeah, you want to have it, you want to keep it turning longer than you think. You can kind of see a tree in the middle. If you're turning past that tree to the right of it, it's going to be a good shot.
Oh, and this one looks too far left. Oh, maybe not, though. Wow.
I think he got away with that.
Oof. I was going to say
Yeah.
that looked like it was going left in the woods. Sorry, bud, but oof.
It absolutely did. He hit the left side of the tree I was talking about. He was definitely aiming for the right side. But good result. See if Lucas can correct on that. Lucas also seems to put it out a little early.
Yeah, he's not gonna be having fun over there. Be a tough up and down. So we have Andrew Fish up next. Oh, and he's gonna make the other correction, or the overcorrection. He's gonna be on that right side.
Yeah, I don't know how far he got through, but that's jail in there.
Oh boy, it's tough to even see him in there.
I know. I really want to see what gap he's looking at.
Okay, did come out.
Yeah.
That's kind of impressive, actually.
Yeah, it was interesting, and you can see Lucas here is on the opposite side, and he's almost in as much jail, and has to just throw a little pitch out. Now this is a pretty large fairway. You just got to rip them. You got to throw it far as well. So all this challenge, you can see Owen. He kind of checked up short, and this is a very severe dogleg left. So if you're not at the corner here, you really just got to pitch up and get to the corner.
I think we've seen some good discipline so far from our players. When they're off the fairway like that, they have made the right choice of, pitching up and just trying to secure par. As Lucas puts a good move on that one, he's going to find himself inside the circle, maybe 25 feet for birdie.
Oh, I believe it's to save his par, if I'm not mistaken. He did have to chip that one out.
Oh, you were right, actually. Yeah, he threw that roller down the hill.
So Matt was a little far back. He almost had to throw a little stall shot, and that was amazing. That was great. And here's Fish after a good out himself.
Yeah, Matt will be lining up a birdie. But good shot there from Fish to recover. You would think Owen might have wanted to pitch his shot just a little longer than this. He's almost still has the bend around the corner.
Yeah, he was kind of tentative. I would agree with that. But, anything kind of out there is a similar type of up. And they all executed that shot pretty well.
Routine for these players at this level.
Really good par save. We've seen a couple of good par saves from Lucas this round so far.
Yeah, coming from the front nine, that is his 5th par in a row. But like we've talked about so far, par is not bad here a lot of times if you can get the birdies you want them. But making sure you secure pars is very important.
And Matt able to get himself that much closer to an even scorecard. Here's Fish to save his par. Oh, my mistake. We might have missed a shot. That was to save a bogey.
Yeah, that makes sense that second one we saw was a second shot coming out of the woods.
But I believe Owen now, this is to save his par. Well done.
You get on some of these longer courses, it's hard to keep track of where everybody's at.
Sometimes, yeah, man. We're doing our best, guys. Come on. Give us a break. But Owen's still holding his own along these elite players here. So we are moving on to hole 11. This is a par 4, 915 feet. You're really teeing up very elevated. You're throwing, there's OB right, and then there's the water OB left. You're really throwing out straight, landing on this hill. And the farther up along the hill you are to the left, the more you have room to kind of work your way down and into the right towards the basket. This is a tough 3. But then, the name of the game on this tee shot, if you want the 3, is you got to smash it.
I was going to say, it looks like we're on a launch pad up here.
Yeah. It's
Hopefully
a fun shot.
See 1 or 2 fly.
You know what? There are OB stakes that are closer than what I have seen in the past. So they have to be careful that this disc doesn't get too high on them and kind of filter out left OB. This needs to turn.
Like that?
Yeah.
Can it sit? Oh, it does. Very nice.
Yeah, and I like that he's that high. It just gives him a good vantage point, getting into the green.
Yeah, I can imagine if you turned one early right, you're gonna be in trouble when you have all that green on the left there. And Lucas putting a good move on this one.
Yeah, he ripped that. That's way down there.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
It was like a 70% swing for him too.
Just get one to glide out.
Yeah.
See if Fish can follow it up, and looks like he is doing that.
This has got a hyzer. Oh, it did. Okay, cool. It had enough room. Yeah, that was smooth. Smooth swing by Fish.
So 2 on the high side, 2 on the low side.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful. There's OB on the corner here to the right, and there's OB long. This keeps turning. This is looking pretty good. Just a little short.
Yeah, a little short, but should be able to get up and down pretty easily for par. Once again, I just love how they use this elevation out here. Like, now we've got it going left to right, sloping for an entire fairway instead of, the up-down shots we were working on originally in the front nine. So that's off to course design.
Yeah, they put a lot of work into this, making sure this course is ready for this tournament as well. So all done by the crew. And Fish is going to have to throw a towering anhyzer here.
Roller.
Oh, he threw the roller.
Out of bounds. What?
Yeah, he just curled up like back inside. Like if you go into the
man.
kind of the brush, that's all there'll be in there.
This is looking good. Oh, very nice from Lucas.
Wow.
That
Not
might
many
be in
people.
bullseye.
I think you're right, and not many people have the luxury to be able to throw a forehand into this pin.
Wow, that was very nice by Lucas. Getting hopefully his first birdie on the back nine here with that one. So we see another nice, smooth forehand approach from Matt. If you didn't watch Front Nine on Gatekeeper Media, go check it out. He had some very nice ones through the woods.
Oh, and just bending it around, hitting the widest gap that you could.
Oh, and look at this. Great
It's
angle
so
from our
close.
camera crew there. So is he in or out, do we think?
I mean, the graphic, I think, kind of gives it away.
Look close, though. Looked like it almost could have been like benefit to the player type deal.
Maybe. It's a good bid. Unfortunately, he's just going to have to tap it in for his pogue. But a good par by Hammer. Where's Lucas here? Oh, yeah.
Wow. It's a great second shot to get him in this position. He had a good first shot, too, though. That was a smash off the tee.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And Lucas, one of 3 birdies today. So showing how tough that hole is.
We are moving on to beautiful hole 12. This is a par 5, 1,012 feet. You can try and smash it and try and get to this landing zone. You can get it up here to try and get your eagle. Most players are going to throw a hyzer out to the right side, avoiding the OB, pitching up to the peninsula, and then pitching up to the second island / peninsula, whatever you want to call it. So,
Ooh, this hole will be rough with a brisk day, nice 20 mile an hour or something.
yeah. Lucas sending it sky high.
Oh, wow.
So I know he eagled the hole last year, and then he did not eagle it the next round. But he is OB, but he's OB way up there, which is a better mistake to make. And Matt's going to show you what the non-big arms have to do. Just pitch it over.
Yeah, play to that right side of the road and cross like you were saying. So would you say he potentially still has birdie in play with where he's out of bounds?
I don't know. It depends on where they give it to him. I'm gonna say no, but maybe with his power, he might try for something. Oh, this is pulled.
Will it stay in bounds? It
Yes.
does.
Yeah, there's actually a decent amount of room over there. It was probably more right than he wanted, but you see Fish is doing a similar style here. You have to be careful, though. You don't want to get too far over there because, yeah, now you're like throwing back uphill, and you can't really see where the water is. And there's also OB to the right, so it becomes a little tricky. It's got to get down.
Oh, and there it is. Like you were saying, flirting with that OB, but he's going to stay in bounds.
Yeah, and you also want to push this as far as you can because if you leave it too short, you can have like more than 370 feet into the pin, which is not what you want.
Yeah, at 1,000 feet, this one should be birdieable for most of our Oldwood field at a par 5, as long as you play your cards right.
Yeah, I mean, really, on the front nine, we had that straight tunnel par 5, and it was just mid. This is just, if you really break it down, hyzer. and that's kind of it.
Right hand
Lucas
or
has a
backhand.
fast speed driver in his hand right now. What is going on?
Oh, he's going for it.
This is full send.
Not flipping enough, though, I don't think. Oh, he gets it. He sticks it.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
That was incredible.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Wow. You said it wasn't likely, but he did have the power, and he showed us that he does have the power.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to be tapping in for birdie after an OB stroke.
Matt shows you the other way to get the birdie.
Old man way to get the birdie.
Yeah.
Hyzer. Make 15-footer.
And well done by Owen as well.
Owen's like, I'll put it just a little closer.
There you go. So
Look
just
at that.
Boring hole, you know? Just
So Andrew Fish with this for birdie.
very nice. Knocks it down. Everyone else is going to tap in their birdies. Oh, he puts a mark down. Someone else. Have you ever done that? I've never seen that before.
I haven't done that, but I think him and Matt are pretty. Or wait, that wasn't even Matt.
It's for Owen.
For Owen.
Maybe Owen had CTP. Maybe that's why he did it.
Yeah.
We
are looking at having our first star frame here today, though.
Yeah.
And this, no surprise, our first hole of the day, under par by the stats.
Wow.
Here on hole 12. 31
what a
birdies.
Gorgeous hole.
It was. Very nice.
Now we are moving on to hole 13. This is a par 4, 609 feet. You have this water carry to start, trying to pitch it up onto this hill, and then working with a little bit of this woods into the green. Very severely sloped right to left, elevated green, OB on the left when you get down there. Now, there is this path you can kind of see to the right. That is also lined with OB. So these guys are... Lucas is going for the top of the hill, I guarantee it.
Dude, that is smashed. Oh, just getting a little short, a little higher, and he skips, but he's still going to be in a good position.
Yeah, if you can see the pin, like you can see his disc on the hill. If you can see the basket, it's such an advantage. Most people land at the bottom of the hill, or maybe just a little bit up it.
Matt hanging out a little wide.
Yeah.
And looks like he's going to be on that flat you were talking about.
Owen going for some distance here, too. Well, getting to that bottom of the hill. Sometimes it's even better to be just a little bit back so your angle isn't so, like, vertical. He has a little bit of room to, like, work with.
Yeah, that's a good point to make, is if you can't make it up all the way, it's smarter to be shorter. So, yeah, exactly. It gives you a better point of view, and you're not really throwing just directly uphill.
Another cool thing about this hole is people who stay here camp out just to the right of it, so you can just see people launch discs off that platform the whole time. But Owen here, this is a common play, this forehand flex.
Oh, look at that. Sit down.
It's got a stick.
Wow.
Oh, no.
No way.
Oh,
What?
No. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That was so gross. Wow.
Man, don't let it get you down, Owen. Keep plugging. I think Matt did he catch something, or did that just hyzer out?
I think he just didn't have enough to stay turning, and yeah, just hyzered out there at that low speed. See if Andrew can get one close. Okay.
That'll putt.
Well, a little elevated basket, but that'll putt.
Here you can see Lucas can see the pin, and this is just such an advantage to
Standstill
have.
slammer. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a little. I think that's a little shorter than what he wants, but there's a little tester on that elevation. Matt's looking like he's going to give this a bid. Yeah, and he's one of the best putters on the East Coast, so, why not?
Fish taking a moment there to get ready. Oh, and missing it left side. It's uncharacteristic, I would say.
Yeah, he's had a couple mishaps, but it's a long tournament.
Yeah, anything can happen at these two courses. As Lucas grabs a birdie there. And that's going to give him a turkey for the round.
Yeah, and we're getting out into the open on this back nine where Lucas's distance really comes into play, and he's really taking advantage of it.
Yeah, it's a good time to get hot for him. A little bit of a slow start, but if he can pick it up and grab a couple more birdies on this back, he's going to be in a good position.
Owen taking an unfortunate roll-away bogey, but no big deal. We're going to move on to hole 14, one of the shorter holes on this course. This is a par 3, 255 feet, uphill, tight gap, get over the fence. Jail on the left, OB road on the right. He might be able to work his way through some trees there. Oh yeah, that'll putt. And this is the more common play, kind of a flippy or mid or maybe fairway to right up this gap and get over this center line. Keep turning. Just in turn at the end.
Andrew throwing the Comet. A little short there, but gonna have a putt.
Yeah, so a lot of people think you want to throw to the fence or like just past it, but the basket's like 40 to 50 feet past that fence. You throw a little harder than you think. And this was just a little low out of the hand.
Yeah, so what would you say that's... Oh, here we got to look at it right away. About 40 feet or so.
Yeah, 40, yeah, somewhere around there. But no trouble, so you got to give it a bid.
Oh,
let's go.
Just drops in the hyzer putt from deep.
What a bounce back.
We'll take those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just like you said, you got to run it. There's not a lot of trouble. There's trouble on almost every green here, so you got to be running this one full blast. Matt just catching front side of the chains there and falling out.
Those just look so good the whole way. They just tickle themselves out.
And Andrew Fish gets a jumper. There we go, folks. We're getting some birdies here on this back nine.
2 highlight putts on the same hole. I'm gonna have to run. Little scoop around the backside. Count it. Let's see if Lucas can match here and make it 4 in a row.
Oh.
he's not going to be
Just
happy
off
about
the top of the band there.
He's going to want that one back, but...
Here's another hole, though, today. Playing under par, as you can see. One of the easier holes we've seen, but still not a gimme.
No, the tee shot is just tricky enough to make it just weird. It's not, a normal shot that you would throw. So we are moving on to hole 15. This is a par 4, 747 feet. Hitting an initial tight gap out and down, then we're throwing back up, and you can pick the left or the right side entry into this green. This is all about the tee shot. Obviously, you got to hit this gap, and you got to push as far as you can. It's really just a smash.
Well, that's a pretty darn good shot. So this hole has both. But if you had to pick one or the other, would you rather throw out of a gap, or would you rather play from the open and throw into a gap on the green?
Ooh, I've always said that I want to throw out of a gap because I can control. It's a lot easier to control your initial line within like 100 feet. Rather than like saying it's 300 to 400 feet out there. It's a little harder to like really pinpoint that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I couldn't agree more with you.
Great minds, they think alike.
Both have, their pluses and minuses to a course design. But yeah, I would rather force a player to hit a gap off the tee instead of forcing them to hit a gap, that's 12 feet to 20 feet wide at 360 to 420 feet.
Yeah. Lucas gets over on his a little bit too much, and it just turns OB. It's not a good mistake to make on this hole.
Kind of surprised, though. Like, he didn't really need to... He has the distance. I don't feel like he needed to really muscle on this.
He did... And you never know. There might be some sort of wind that we're not... we don't really know about, but... Yeah, that was a little surprising. He can still get up and down to save his par. Oh, and he catches something in the entryway and kind of kicks him back. It's going to be a tough look. So most players, you can kind of see the left and right side of this fence. Most players are going to push the backside and hyzer it in. Just like Owen.
Oh, that is gorgeous. That's going to be a bullseye birdie. See if Matt can follow those vapor trails.
It's looking good.
Oh. Sitting on top of him, basically.
Yeah.
Another great shot.
Fish goes a little early, and you can see that leaves him with 28, 25 feet, somewhere in there.
Gives him a chance to get back under par as Lucas sends a bid there, but that one might have rolled.
And there's some trees to mess with back there too. There you go.
Andrew Fish coming alive on this back nine here, getting himself under par with 3 to play. As we can see, Lucas didn't roll too far, but he's going to pick up a bogey with that putt.
Yeah, and after the front nine, we saw Rozek at 7 down. So we've got a few holes left here as Matt is tapping in his bird. You can get yourself to 3, 4 down. You're in striking distance.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where you want to be. I mean, if you're in this 1 to 2 down range, it's going to be tough, not impossible, but it's going to be tough if they keep that up at the top of 7 down. That's pretty darn good at this course.
Moving on to hole 16. This is a par 4, 675 feet. Tight tunnel downhill. Throwing a mid, throwing a fairway down this tunnel. Landing right about here. Now you got to deal with another tight fairway into a green surrounded by OB. This is one of my favorite holes on the property. This shot is so rewarding when you execute it. And Fish just turns around because he's like, I nailed it. I nailed it.
Wow. So fun to watch when it just glides forward and straight.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, some guys try and chew off a little bit more, but you don't really need to. Landing left is a little bit more desirable than landing on the right side.
This looks really good. Coming for
Hit
Dave.
the camera, guy. Watch out.
He's going to be able to see the basket from there.
That's a fantastic drive.
I guess maybe that's why you push it a little bit.
Yeah. It's like Matt's trying a similar thing. Gets over on it a tad.
Yeah, just turning too quickly for him, unfortunately.
That's why you don't push it. You just saw the risk reward out of, you know.
Back-to-back plays.
Exactly.
Oh, this is looking gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh, very nice.
I would say that's where most people are trying to land, is right where Lucas is. And Matt has to be careful here not to push too deep, because there's some OB he can run into. Looks like he does a good job.
Yeah, I was going to say, looks like he got down the fairway enough to get up and down for par.
Thank you once again to Knowledge Management, Inc. for sponsoring the Lions course. What a great upshot.
Wow. That was filthy.
You see Lucas is rewarded with a pretty open forehand to the pin, leaving himself a little bit of a tester putt. I don't even think we've gotten to Owen's drive yet.
No, I haven't. As Matt's throwing his second there and going to be able to get up and down for par, looks like. Oh, yeah, here's Owen. Yeah. Wow.
And Owen's so far down, he has a backhand hyzer into the pin.
Oh, no.
He's still going to have a putt to get his bird, but it's definitely farther than he wanted. Ah, man.
I don't know about you, Dan, but I feel like this is one thing that happens to me is I'll have the best drive on the card and then have the worst upshot, just like Owen did there. And it's just so devastating sometimes.
Are you thinking to yourself, wow, that's the best drive I've ever had. I can't screw this up.
Maybe. Maybe.
It's funny how human brains work sometimes,
Yeah. Just talking yourself out of routine shots that you can throw. Lucas steps off to refocus. A good choice that is as he connects for birdie.
Very nice. Good bounce back. This is not an easy hole to 3. Our players playing pretty good on it so far.
Yeah, I think I'd say most of our card has come alive on this back nine. Still grabbing a couple bogeys here and there, but everybody's under par on this back nine for us.
Yes, it did seem the back nine played easier than the front. Like you said before, maintaining the front and scoring on the back. Our guys are taking advantage of it. This is one of the holes you want to take advantage of. This is a par 3, 285 feet downhill. OB staked around the basket, staked off to the right. So you can kind of choose to lay up before these rocks, or you can bail out to the right, or you can go for the pin. Kind of do what you want.
What would you do?
I go for the pin. What about you?
What are you throwing, a putter, mid-range?
I'm throwing a mid-range flick.
Yeah, I think I'd be in that same boat. But yeah, I'm going for it every time.
Yeah.
It's a nice hole.
It
It's
is.
like right at the end, so you feel like you need to get it. Because you maybe you've had a good round, you maybe have had a really bad round, but you're like, all right, I got to get this one. 2 holes to go.
Yeah, it's one of the easier shots you're looking at, so this needs to get up, I think.
See, if I was playing, I think that would be similar to where mine would land, I'm sure.
There you go. I think you'd ace if I'm Oh my god. Don't see many forehands out of Owen, but gets a nice skip off the rocks.
Let's go. We'll take that.
You gotta love it. See, the course giveth and taketh, right? He had that
does.
roll, and he got a good little bounce off the rocks there.
With all of our players except Fish going sidearm, I'm a little surprised. He has a very nice sidearm, so
Yeah, he's
obviously
just comfortable.
trust that back in.
And Matt being about 25 feet the farthest away in our group. Solid, strong putt.
Very, very nice.
That'll take him to 2 down. Everyone else seems to be a little bit of a tester here.
Good connection by Fish there to get his birdie.
It's 4 in a row.
He's good, man. He's real good.
Some would say, you know.
No surprise here. This hole was playing as one of the easiest holes on the course today. .14 under par.
Here's Lucas to tap in his birdie as well. Good. I don't mind taking your time on the smaller ones. Every stroke matters. Just good to knock them down. And this, you're towards the end of your round. That hole kind of lulls you, into a sense of security, and then boom, you're hit with hole 18. This is a par 5, 910 feet. Long water carry to start. The more you push it straight to the right, the better you'll be able to then attack this hill. There is OB to the right and to the left on this hill. Once you hit this hill, you got to hit another hill. Work your way up here, navigate some trees into the basket. This is a doozy to end on.
Yeah, this is a big tee shot here.
I've seen Fish in the past try and really push this corner, and he's doing it again. Definitely reachable. I think he's got it. Yeah.
What a shot.
That was amazing. If there's any wind, it looks like it's calm conditions, so it's perfect time to try and cut this corner as much as you can. But if there's any wind, you're not seeing guys go, right over this corner. This needs to swing left. It is. Okay.
Huge shot, though.
Yeah. And those guys pretty much just threw that on like a pure hyzer with a tiny little flip up. These guys are smashing. This needs to stay up.
Ooh. Just barely getting across that water, but we're in bounds.
Matt's like, well, now I have to do that. Come on now. Looks like he gets a good little turn on this one. It's probably going to end up same distance as Owen. Similar spot, I would say.
Yep. All 4 players are crossed.
Owen taking the left side, which is the more open side of the 2 choices. Now he's going to have to blast one up the hill. Matt is probably going to try and turn this one and try and get more than halfway up the hill. Don't cut roll.
Looked pretty decent, but correct me if I'm wrong, but you want to be further right once you get through that gap.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was a little too left. You can see the height Fish gives this. This needs to flex out. I think that's going to cut a little bit. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if Lucas went with a forehand here. If you get to the top of the hill, you're looking at a good birdie chance. But if you don't make it to the top, you're kind of playing for par.
Oh, now it's looking... Oh, but it's all the way across the fairway, unfortunately.
I'll have to see if he has any sort of gap out of there.
Oh.
No. Oh, no.
That's tough. Fish opting for the standstill with just how much incline there is on that hill. It's hard to get any kind of run up there.
And Owen, kind of fortunate after that kick to have as big of a gap as he did. Still not going to be a guaranteed up and down from there. He's got a little work to do to end his day.
It's if this hole isn't punishing enough, I don't know. Like you're just gonna add a little tree wall there at the very top of the hill, like
it's a little extra screw you know what I mean? Just like
yeah, like
hope you enjoyed hole 17.
It's nice to protect the green, but I think maybe they could have a couple gone on this one to get up that hill. Actually,
there's a good.
It's gonna put one close.
Matt here can give this one a good solid bid. Just a bit short. I believe this is for Fish's bird here.
Just a little short. Yeah, that was for birdie. I mean, I'll be honest. Sometimes when I walk up these hills, I'm gassed and don't have my legs for the jumper that I need them for.
It's when you look at the other players like, you want to go? You ready?
Yeah. You're out, but like if you're ready, you can go.
Yeah. Oh, look at that bird over there. Everybody take a look. Good par by Andrew. There's nothing wrong with par on this hole. Way to end his day. Getting 4 in a row. Come on. Okay.
Wow. It's kind of scary there.
Yeah, I don't. Just gotta toss it in there.
You won't catch me doing that one.
No.
But there we have it. That's our first 18 holes. What a day.
Yeah. We laughed. We cried. We bogeyed. We birdied.
We did.
That's what Lines is all about.
Yeah, that course has got some teeth. It can really eat you up. Let's take a look at our leaderboard here. Wow, 2 7 downs out there. That's some good golf. I wish we could have seen those rounds, but catch us tomorrow on Gatekeeper Media's page. Thank you for watching here on HyzerMedia. If you would like to be a supporting sponsor like Elevation here, please reach out to HyzerMedia and we'll get some information for you. But as always, check this out and subscribe. And for Dan, I'm Nick. We'll see you on the next one.